In 1906, there's a theatre practitioner called Konstantin Stanislavski. Now, if you know him, you'll probably know him for coining the term the fourth wall and also being the father of naturalism on stage. However, the technique he created that I want to focus on now is character objectives. Character objectives are what characters want to get out of a scene and a narrative. For example, Deku wants to become the greatest hero, All Might wants to keep the symbol of peace alive, Mineta wants that ass, and Tsuyu wants to crush Ochako's hopes of ever being best girl. Once a character completes their objective, they are of no use to the plot, so Tsuyu is a bad example because she has definitely completed her objective and she is anything but useless. So, what has this got to do with Stranger Things? Well, for the three of you who don't know, Stranger Things just released its second season. While the standalone episode where Eleven meets Sombra is kind of pointless, there are still some nice performances. Overall, I'd say the season is actually pretty good. Also, the show gave an entirely new definition to the phrase open Bob, because that guy's name is Bob and he just got opened by a pack of demodogs. Now, at the end of the series, the last shot is of the world turning upside down to reveal that the Mind Flayer is still there. Now, people are treating this as a last minute plot twist and that it's going to be resolved in season 3. However, to me, it isn't a plot twist. I also don't think that it warrants a third season. To put my perspective into perspective, I made this story graph of the tension throughout the series. Each point of data is taken from the beginning of each episode. So, at the beginning of Season 1, Episode 1, everything is quote unquote normal. The inciting incident that triggers the entire narrative is Eleven creating the portal which released the Demogorgon which kidnaps Will. From here, the character objectives are defined. Will's objective is to escape from the Upside Down, and the objectives of Dustin, Lucas, and Mike is to save Will. Joyce and Jonathan also have the same objective. Nancy's objective is to break the status quo. Steve's objective is to get with Nancy. Hopper's objective is to get over the loss of his daughter and to find Will. Finally, Eleven's objective is to stop being a prisoner. Now, all of the characters have two unifying objectives, them being find Will and defeat the Demogorgon, which Eleven does at the end, sacrificing herself. The end of season plot twist comes when Will vomits up this weird slug thing, and it's revealed that he may not have fully returned from the Upside Down. This means that season 2 is a good idea because there is still unresolved tension, everything hasn't gone back to normal. Now let's do a recap of character objectives for season 2 this time. Mike's objective is now to get his friends back, but not Will. By this we mean Dustin Lucas, because he's feeling a disconnect between the two as they've kind of grown out from each other, and he also wants to see Eleven again. Lucas and Dustin's objective is to find D'Artagnan again, but their super objectives are to seem attractive to girls. Maybe that Mineta comparison earlier wasn't a bad call. Will's objective, again, is to escape from the Upside Down, but mentally instead of physically this time. Eleven's objective is to stop being a prisoner, but this time from Hopper instead of Hawkins' lab. Hopper's objective is to still get over the loss of his daughter. Joyce and Jonathan still have the objective of getting Will back, although Jonathan does join Nancy on her quest to shut down Hawkins' lab, which does lead to the best line in the series.
So, Jonathan, how was the pullout?
The new character Max's objective is to become independent from her brother. Her brother's objective is to remind us that half this show's writing comes from Stand By Me. And then there's Bob, whose objective is... never mind. Apart from that last example, everyone has finished their character objectives, so things have gone back to normal like it was before episode 1. Now, the reason I don't find the last shot a plot twist is because it means nothing. The problem with the Mind Flayer is not that it exists, the problem with the Mind Flayer is that it could affect our reality. If you want another example of this, look at Pokemon Platinum. The problem is not that Giratina and the Distortion world exist, the problem is that Giratina might come through and cause havoc in our world. The only reason that the Mind Flayer or the Demogorgons could cause problems for us is if they go through the gaping space vagina that Eleven made. However, Eleven has just closed it, so it means they are no longer a threat. The Duffer Brothers have said if they are to make a third season, they'd have to get out of Hawkins, which is a shame because it would kind of betray the small town horror element that's present in Stephen King novels. But I'm not completely against the idea of a third season. I mean, worse things are getting a season 3. Isn't that right, SAO?